people, how you doing? Okay, it's been a long time I uploaded an episode on my PhD diaries. It's not my fault, please, okay? So I've just been very occupied, busy with a lot of activities, both in the studies and in my personal life. And some of you know, in September I got engaged, and since then I've been planning for the wedding, and I still have my courses to focus on. And I got married in November. After that, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year, honeymoon trip, vacations, spending time with my husband, and also spending time in my program. So it's been a lot. And but now I'm doing this episode just to update you on this new semester. This is my second semester in my program, and the school resumed in January, and I'm there. So on this episode, I'm just going to be telling you of what I'm doing this semester. So I registered for 4 courses. One of it is called Physical Agents, or that. Second one is Exposure Assessment. The third one is the seminar, Doctoral Directed Seminar. And the last one is my Doctoral Directed Research. That is like an independent study. So the first one is Physical Agents. And this particular course, I've been hearing a lot about it even before I started this program. It's more like the hardest and most complicated in this program. So, and funny enough, it's just 2 hours, 2 credit hours. So Physical Agent is where you understand and assess different kind of agents that people can get exposed to in the workplace. For instance, noise is one of the physical agents. Radiation is one of it. That's non-ionizing radiation and ionizing radiation. And also we have thermal stress, thermal and heat stress. So, or cold stress. So when we say thermal, we're talking about both heat or cold. So those are physical agents that we'll be dealing with. And I can tell you, it's not easy. Even the first 2 weeks that I've spent doing it and trying to read, I know this course is going to require a lot of attention because it's so complicated. So the second one is exposure assessment. So it's environmental and occupational exposure assessment, which we understand what we mean by exposure, what we mean by dose, what we mean by hazard. For instance, we know that exposure is when an human gets in contact with an agent or a stressor. And when we're talking about agents, it can be physical, it can be chemical. For instance, physical agent, that's what I said last time, like the radiation, the sound, those are physical. When we're talking about chemical are more like gas, air pollution, and aerosols, particulate matters and all. And when we're talking about biological, it could be mold, things caused by lack of ventilation, or all those kind of things. So that's what we're going to be doing about in exposure assessment. So when we're talking about the dose, we're talking about the quantity that actually gets into the person. So it could be, so we have different kinds of dose too. We have the potential dose, the biological dose. So the biological dose is the one that actually causes an effect in the human body. The potential dose is the one that is available to the boundary. And when we're talking about the boundary, we're talking about the skin, the nose, the mouth for ingestion, because the 3 major routes of exposure is the inhalation, digestion, and the skin. So, and then when we're talking about the hazard is the ability of a particular agent or something to cause harm, the potential to cause harm. So when there's something that is harmful, it might not really means that the person is going to be exposed. But when there is a dose, then that means the person is going to be exposed. So, and we have the dose and we have the hazard. It's what leads us to the exposure. So we want to know how we can assess this kind of exposure. We can do direct, we can do indirect assessment. So when we're talking about direct, it involves the person itself. It could be passive or active measurement. And when we're talking about indirect, it might be use of a model in like environmental modeling, just to evaluate the dosage. So it's very interesting, but I can tell you it's not really easy as it seems. So another thing that is very important here is we make use of EPA guidelines. So EPA guidelines are what we always use to know, what is right, what is wrong, the right measurement and the likes. So the third one, which is the seminar for doctoral students and faculty members, is we have different speakers come into the class and tell us about their research, what they are doing right now, just for us to have an idea, to be updated on what is currently happening in the field of environmental sciences. So most of these lectures or presentations can be related to occupational, some might not, some might be environmental, some might be mental health, just various types. And my doctoral directed research is working on two different projects, one with EPA and the other one with a particular company that made a software, and we want to evaluate the effectiveness of the software in small businesses. So that's how the semester started. I think this semester started like big bam, and the EPA project I'll be working on taking samplings, and it's related to schools, ventilation, air quality. So I'll be taking samplings and measuring. So I have this equipment that I need to work on. Not just that, like a couple of them I need to know how they operate, how to calibrate them, how to take the samples and save like VOC, volatile organic compounds measurement. So it's just been a lot. Well, we're gonna be fine, right? Before we know this semester is over, we're gonna start the second year together. Bam! Okay. So another thing I want to talk about is most people have been asking me what it takes to be in this program, what do they need, and this is it. What I just want to say is it is very, very important to have a good knowledge of mathematics, physics, chemistry, and English. It is good for you to have those in your background, because if there's a problem in an industry and you want to evaluate what is happening to provide solution, you need to be able to do your measurement. You need to be able to know what are they even exposed to, how can you quantify this exposure, so all those things require models that deals with both physics, chemistry, mathematics. If you cannot interpret what is actually happening in the organization, that's English. If you cannot, then that's the number one problem. Then when you can do that, you need to be able to have a knowledge of algebra and integrals, because it is very, very important, because most of these we use a probability log, especially when there's a decay, progressive increase. So if you have issues doing all that, I don't think this program is for you. So that is gonna be all for today. As you can see, I'm in the car, I'm going out with my husband, but I just feel like this is the best opportunity for me to do something on my PhD diaries. So don't mind the shaky of the video, just take the words and the message. Okay, so I'll be catching you guys next time I have the time to do another episode. Bye.